what's up, everybody? I know it's not 5 o'clock yet, but I figured out I'll just go ahead and start. Hope everybody's doing well today. I have the computer down because I'm uploading some stuff, so for today I'm going to be using the phone, but you know, I only review videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, so I think everything will be fine, but certainly hope everybody's doing well today. Of course, as Lamar pointed out yesterday, I am keeping kind of busy. I'm reforming a number of my affiliate websites and just redoing it and adding other services. No cheat meals today. That's usually only on Wednesday and Sunday, and that's it. But someone told me my empanadas weren't really a cheat meal. What I consider a cheat meal is anything outside of what I normally eat, which is usually oatmeal, rice, chicken, and beef. When it comes to my meals, I'm kind of boring. If I'm not eating that to get my sweet tooth, I'll have chocolate protein powder. So that's how I get my chocolate sweet tooth. And usually I'll have that at night, all protein. That also helps me sleep as well. But yeah, I guess I don't really have a cheat meal routine for the most part. And besides, I need to still get rid of more safety fat anyway, so that's also a good thing. Can't have no safety fat, folks. Well, yes, because it's the type of camera, but I'm going to get me a professional camera pretty soon. So that way the live streams are going to be a lot more clear. But don't forget also that a cell phone, when it comes to cellular coverage, I don't really have to worry about doing any streaming by phone or anything like that. But yeah, this camera is definitely a lot clearer than a webcam. But the benefit of the webcam is I'm allowed to do reaction videos, which I can't do obviously with a camera phone. Plus, my phone isn't the same as Big Lenny's phone. Big Lenny uses like a cheap $50 phone or something like that. I mean, this phone was... How much was this phone? This one was about $1,100 when I bought it, so... Well, it's because I'm streaming from my phone KCB, but that'll change pretty soon. I have to stream low on the computer, so that way, whenever I'm doing reaction videos, it's not all clunky. Because remember, I'm still using cellular service. It just doesn't require much if I'm streaming from my cell phone, you know. But yeah, I'm streaming in HD definition. The only downside is this drains my battery pretty quickly too. So, not sure how long the battery will last in this. I've charged it up in full, but it'll be gone in about, oh gosh, maybe an hour and a half or so. So I may not have a full 2-hour live stream today. But it is a Q&A, so get your questions and your comments in. But like I said, I'm working on other plans. I'm trying to hook up the phone as a webcam. If I'm able to do that, then it's going to definitely be a lot clearer pictures. Or either that, I mean, there's a couple of choices, but yeah, I know I need to get camera service, but yeah. Got to work with what you got these days. What I consider a real cheat meal. That's the thing, I don't like McDonald's. The only thing I'll eat at McDonald's is the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins. Well, this phone is a couple of years old, so yeah, it's gonna die pretty quickly. I mean, it still holds a pretty good charge. Will I take my mom to the Cheesecake Factory? For what reason? Why would I take her to a Cheesecake Factory? I mean, I don't even eat at the Cheesecake Factory. One thing about the Cheesecake Factory, folks, the problem is they got too much stuff that they serve, which means they can't do anything quite well. You know, when you're in a position where you can't do, no, let me move this aside. When you can't do too many things quite well, you're going to end up with pretty bland food. It's always best to for a restaurant to have a limited menu. The benefit of that is they can specialize in what they need to do. Well, that's a crack whore. Women don't know how good it is, really. You know, that was kind of ridiculous. You know, if you're not paying for the meal, you should shut up, you know. But I guess she was thinking that she was going to go to the Swordfish Club or something. I mean, but they recently put out some sort of list of where you shouldn't take women and stuff like that. That's just how petty these bitches are anyway, you know. I mean, the thing about it is, part of the list says don't take them to church, to a bowling alley, to have drinks, you know, out to a park or anything like that. I mean, where are they supposed to take them? I mean, you know, don't be, unless you're paying, don't be picky, you know. I mean, it's also a good indication of who not to meet up with, too. No, he didn't reply. He had his head up his ass or something. That was just a ridiculous thing that he said. Just plain ridiculous. I don't. Sometimes, Pugman, I don't know how he can actually act like that. I really don't. It's kind of odd that someone behaves so poorly. Well, they should eat where you're going to eat, unless if they're paying for it, you know, they can go wherever they want, you know. But I want you to think about it. If a woman's going to be so picky with that, would you really want to be with her to begin with? No. Guys are like that too. I mean that happens in my community too. Someone was wanting to hang out with me, and it wasn't such a same situation, but they thought it was lame for me to take them out to the movies. Practically speaking, I just dropped the person back home. I can't have that stress in my life. It gives a good indication as far as to how someone is, basically. Oh yeah, Android phones are good. Of course, I got a little bit of brandy. Like I said, I've been pretty busy because I've been updating all these affiliate websites and adding on new services. But don't forget, folks, when it comes to cameras, that for the most part has to come out of my pocket. The money that's already been donated is spent on not only on the service, but recently the router, like I said, that ran $1,000. So, I only keep a reserves in to cover the cell phone bills. So, but I'm gonna still get the camera. I'm gonna have to get one of those professional cameras anyway for my business. So the streams will definitely be as clear as this in the future. She likes Cracker Barrel Quick Pump. That's all she'll go to is Cracker Barrel. And that's fine with me. I love Cracker Barrel. They brought back catfish too. Now I love me some catfish. Mm-hmm. Well, Scat Man, it could trend all as want, but these women are going to go where I tell them to go. If they got a problem with it, they can scoot. Yeah, coffee dates. They're on the list too. I'm like, geez, what is wrong with these people anyway? Had some issues with the green screen, Pugman. It wasn't when I put the green screen up. It was showing flashes, so it looked very bad. So I'm gonna rework that. I may get one of those little seat green screens or something. But it just sucked. So if there's something I don't like there, Pugman, whenever I try it out, then I'm just going to rework the plan itself. That's the same with my affiliate sites, because some of them needed a lot of work on, because what they did okay for what they were, but they weren't bringing in the type of revenue that it needed. So yeah, I'm sure he could, but I'll come up with a viable solution. I mean, there's solutions out there, Bobby, Pugman, but I got to keep the costs down as well, as far as that's concerned. Do you think the first date counts as a real date, or just trying to check the temperature? I mean, it really depends on Scatman. If it's a blind date, then yes, it would be to check the temperature. But if you've been chatting and speaking for quite some time, then I wouldn't call it I would call it a real date. So it depends on how much interaction you've had with the person prior to the date itself. dates go to the Asian grocery store. Have you guys ever been there before? They're kind of nice, actually. Well, only on Halloween, Quick Pump. But even on, that was even on one of those women's lists too. Like I said, it's just ridiculous. You know, it's stupid. I'd be like, yeah, I'll take you where I'll take you. You know, I'll take you to the garbage can. You know, they're just crazy. Yes, I'm dressing up this year. I've just not determined as what, you know. Got a lot of other things I need to take care of as well, Scatman, you know. I mean, I can easily go and pull out any costume. Not only that, the original costume I was going to use, you know, which was a, you know, masked person. Because of that whole Hamas thing, you know, that's just not going to fly, you know. But no worries, we'll get it figured out as far as costumes are concerned. I might just dress up as just a gangster and that's it, you know. I just watched the Delray Misfit Halloween video again a couple of days ago. Yeah, he certainly did. Have I checked my prostate? No, I have a doctor check it. I have it checked twice a year. Should always get your prostate checked at every visit. Yes, twice a year, you know, get your prostate checked. I mean, I'm 46 years old. Oh, yeah, get blood work too. Definitely got to get that. That's non-negotiable there, Pug. By the way, speaking of which, speaking of blood, unfortunately, did y'all guys hear about that dude that shot up like 20-some people in Maine? That's crazy stuff. Looks like they're probably about to capture him anyway. I know what you're getting at, Scatman, so shut the fuck up. You know, honestly, maybe I should actually do my Q&As from my camera instead of my, because the only two things I do is my React videos. That might be actually a pretty good idea. Seems like a cozy area. It is. It's cold up there. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be up there right now, especially where that guy is. I mean, how can you go and kill 20... I mean, can you imagine 22 people off the face of this planet just because of one person? I mean, what makes someone actually go and kill so many people like that? Yeah, I've been to Maine before, Pugman. I've been through most states, actually. I've never been to Seattle, Washington, and that's a good thing. You've never had... Lobster rolls are awesome. But I mean, the Maine lobsters are nothing to write home about. It's just that they're pretty plentiful in Maine. Yeah, rifle rounds. I saw the picture. He had a rifle with a scope, and this guy was a firearms instructor, so he obviously knew how to shoot, Pugman. Not only that, people in the area said that him and his family, they always avoided him and his family. So it looks like this guy was already one of those troublemakers to begin with. Just made it to Gummies tomorrow. $5 tank of gas smokes in them. Hello, Chad. Why'd you throw away your whiskey for? But yeah, hopefully they capture that. You guys already know that they're going to talk about gun control again. But what do you guys think as far as gun control is concerned, even with this situation? Because you know that that conversation is going to come up. So just let me know in the comments below what you think. Well, Scatman, we don't. Get your mind out of the gutter. It sounds to me like you do, so to be honest with you. Well, Quick Pump, other people had guns in that place and it didn't help them out one bit. Let me tell you something here, Quick Pump. Even if you have a weapon in your hands, you're not going to be expected to carry, have it pointed out. Once someone comes into a facility and starts shooting immediately, you'll probably be dead by the time that you even pull it out. So it's, it's, people at that bowling alley had guns and they weren't able to stop them. I mean, because the action just happened way too quickly, So guns didn't stop this situation. So this is why I also keep a pepper ball projectile, because if I fire that off, even if I miss, I can't miss, the purpose of it is to give me an opportunity to get away, Ban guns, ban all of them. I think there should be hunting rifles, Pugman. And you have to understand, I'm from the South, so naturally I'm going to think that way. But we definitely need to clean them up. Possibly even do like other countries like the UK, But it is getting crazy out there, Pugman. Yeah, exactly. Rifle versus pistol. But even if it's two rifles there, Pugman, he already had the advantage. He came in shooting, And people did have gun at that bowling alley, and they had it at the restaurant. and didn't do them any bit of good neither. They were just too quick on the. They were already dead before they were able to pull out their weapons. That's usually the way it is sometimes, Get so jacked up. Get a bullet. If you really wanted to protect yourself, rather than walk around with a gun, walk around with a bulletproof vest, on. One that's under your body and everything. I know people that do walk around like that. But should we live in a society to where we have to do some extreme stuff like that, I think also we need to bring back mental health facilities. I mean, this is also a symptom of our medical and mental health issues. I mean, because our healthcare system is so skewed and everything like that, people are not getting the medical help that they need, They're not getting things like lamotrigine, I'll tell you one thing. If my cousin Richard was in the United States, he would have went and wasted a whole bunch of people there, But in Canada, they get free health care and stuff like that, so Richard's able to get his treatment. But just imagine him being down here in the U.S., That's kind of scary. He would not have any access to any of those medicines because he couldn't afford it. And he'll be blasting off like Waka Flocka Flame, Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him, Crazy times we live in, folks. Crazy times. Yeah, we're gonna check out a couple more Dubs videos tomorrow. Some people wanted me to check him out, and that's perfectly fine. He seems to be a very interesting fella. A very crazy fella, too, unfortunately. Yes, indeed, he would be. That is one scary person. No, he'd be dead $50 because the police would have probably shot him down. But that's the way we deal with nutcases these days. We go and, He said that, Pugman? I didn't catch that. But of course, we already know he doesn't like babies or anything. I mean, I already mentioned my qualms with Leo as far as that woman is concerned, and how it appeared to where he may have sexually assaulted the person. But at the same time, no one deserves to die, And once someone's passed away, regardless of their actions, you have to respect the dead. You know what I mean, Pugman? Of course, Richard would say, well, what about Hitler, not everybody was freaking Hitler, you know. I mean, you're talking. I mean, that's. If I debated Pugman, if I debated Richard about that, he would say, "Well, what about Hitler?" You know, if someone is at that extreme of Hitler, then of course not. You're not going to speak good of him. But you know, Leo wasn't even close to it there. You know, it's always important to pay respect for the dead. You know, that's also the reason why I haven't made any bad comments about Jerry Ward, you know, or so forth. You gotta let the dead rest, you know. Don't go and piss on them or anything. No, he isn't for eating bugs. But he's actually arguing with other vegans about honey products. That's one thing that's been going on with these vegans. They've been arguing as far as to whether honey is vegan or not. In my opinion, I'm like, I don't really care. They want to go and argue or anything. I'm not ignoring you, Scatman, but if you're asking dumb questions, and we've already brought up the subject, Richard is not going to eat meat. His whole identity is upon veganism. Even if his body collapses into itself, he will still be a vegan until the day he dies. He has way too much staked in it. You know what I mean? Way too much staked into it. He's never going to eat meat, ever, in his entire life. I mean, that's also his. I mean, one thing I do somewhat am concerned about is, you know, he talks about Tefano and me and stuff like that as far as our businesses are concerned, but his only source of income is his donations, and that's it. You can't live off donations, you know. You know, any donations I get, I use to improve the site. But you know, my primary mechanism of paying bills is either working or running my websites. We do have Quick Pump. The problem isn't that we don't have mental facilities. It's just that because we don't have comprehensive healthcare plans. Nobody can afford to get one. And the medicine that's needed, like lamotrigine, is so expensive, you know. It's ridiculous. Well, lobotomies are definitely not a solution. Yeah, very vegan. Yeah, even if there was an apocalypse and the only thing left to eat was meat, he'll starve himself to death, or either that, or he'll put one through his skull. He wouldn't be able to call himself Vegan Gains anymore. He should eat feral pigs from... Yeah, I don't think that's vegan, Pug Man. Gully, he would go on a shooting spree. If he wasn't getting his meds, he'd go on a shooting spree. What happens if someone injects meat into a vegan dish? Does it explode? No, it doesn't. Protein, it just has meat juices in it. Justin, he wouldn't let you in the door. Ancestry.com, along with asking my mom and dad just to confirm it. You know, even with the Ancestry.com, I had to go ask my family members and stuff like that, you know. And once they confirmed it, I'm like, well, what are you going to do? It doesn't make any difference anyway, you know. Just because I'm his cousin, don't mean I'm going to debate him or not call him a dumbass whenever he is a dumbass. It doesn't really make much of a difference as far as that's concerned. Yeah, some people are untreatable, but Pugman, we got to give people at least the opportunity to get treated. If they can't afford to get treatment, then and that's just it. You know, a lot of these parents, they see the bill and they don't knowing that their kid's a freaking nutcase, they don't take them to the mental help that they need. That's why a lot of these kids are shooting up schools and stuff. And people used to ask, well, this stuff used to not happen in the past. We didn't have a healthcare problem back in the past, you know. We just didn't. Now we do, you know. Once we started doing that, that's when people started going crazy, you know. Seems like we have a mass shooting like every week at least. He wouldn't off himself. He'd go spraying all around. He's getting that frustration out with those spiders there, Pugman. I've seen it. He also yells at his animals too, so. No, Richard can't have guns anymore. He can't have guns or knives. That's part of his guilty plea that he had back a couple of years ago. He can't own anything. Unless that's actually changed. Would you deglaze a cast iron pan when cooking? No. Why would you do that for? Once you season the pan, you know, a cast iron pan is good to go. You don't need to deglaze anything. Deglazing a pan. There are too many people. I'm not sure what you're referring to, TJ. I changed Jim, smells like curry, and all the 20. That's kind of extreme to change gyms. You know, you could have just walked up to the gym manager, just told him that it smells like a Indian Harlem and or harem, and told him to put some spray a little bit of Lysol. That's all you had to do. A little Lysol always helps out. It goes a very long way, folks. Well, Scatman, that's in very rare situations. The truth of the matter is, most people can still get guns on the streets and they don't need to go through a background check. Or, just like kids, they'll just go and take them from their parents' safe or something. I mean, it's pretty easy to get access to any gun. Well, it was a long time ago, P for P, so it may have actually changed. I mean, the cops raided his house one day, and he got charged with some stuff. You never heard about that? That was, what was it? That's been like 5 or 6 years ago. TJ, no, it isn't. Our population may have doubled, but so have the number of doctors and physicians. In fact, there's probably more doctors and physicians than there was in the 1950s. Oh yeah, Pugman, I heard it. But of course, we already this. I guess that was actually pre OnlyFans, But it's good that he's putting them to good use nowadays. But God, it's got to be kind of messed up to where you have to rely on OnlyFans and live streams in order to pay your bills. Like I said, I use my donations to put back into the channel. And that's where it should go. But he needs to get some more sources of income other than, sticking things up his ass or anything. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. No, I wouldn't date Lamar. But me and Lamar are good pals. The thing about it is, because I don't like the smell of weed or anything like that, we could chill out there, but I can't be around someone smoking weed. The stuff makes me sick, Chad. I've always gotten nauseous around any type of weed smoke. Now I'll be jovial about weed and everything, and do this here. But in actuality, just the smell of weed makes me sick. I know that sounds weird for a black person to get sick around weed, but, it is what it is. I've dated guys with dreadlocks before. I mean, it's just a hairstyle. That's all it is. It's not nothing to like or dislike, Scatman. Like I said, everyone has had hairstyles. I've dated a guy with a mullet before. And one of those old 80s mullets. I mean, he literally had a mullet. I've dated a guy with a mullet. Who cares what their hairstyle is like? You guys already know my criteria as far as dating is concerned. It's important in any relationship, Scatman, to worry about that person's personality. As long as they're not an asshole, you can look past if you don't like someone's haircut or not. I mean, it's just hair, folks. It's just hair. Now, if it's a woman, hair would matter down there. If she's got a really big hairy bush or an afro growing on that thing, you might tell her to shave a little bit, but that's the only exception. Chad, we're not going to discuss my ex-husband like that, so don't ask that again, please. Yeah, he got raided. He got his house raided by the cops. That was in the early days to where he was whipping out knives and stuff. They recently raided Eugene Cooney's house. That exoskeleton, that skeleton lady who doesn't eat or anything. Well, Scatman, then that wouldn't be a perfect match, you know? I mean, where do you get these types of questions from anyway? It's all about personality. I mean, anything else here? You know, if someone has the thing about it is that if someone has gigantic dreadlocks, big freaking deal. You know. Did I ever make a video with him? Not a YouTube video, but there are home movies. But we weren't having sex. It's just us going over parents' houses and stuff like that. You know. You know, I don't do none of that OnlyFans crap or anything like that. I'm not going to go film myself having sex with somebody else here. I mean, that's just plain nasty, actually. I mean, who does stuff like that anyway? They're home movies that I keep at home, Chad. They're not on. That's another thing. Any personal or private videos that I make, I'm not going to put them online. Once you put something online, once you put them online, it stays online. Pugman, I'm not sure what you mean if I'm featured in one of the videos. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about me being in those private videos or so, or? Oh, I know where I was filmed by that other lady. Now I remember. Yeah, that thing's been taken off, Pugman. Thank goodness. You know. I mean, it definitely wasn't. I mean, it was without my permission whatsoever. But you know, just because that's the thing, Pugman, just because I control my actions, you know, you can't be in control of other people's actions. You know, I can go to someone's home or so forth that I'm dating, and they can have secret cameras set up there, Pugman. My whole thing about it is that I'm not going to personally publish any videos of me having sex with somebody or any private videos. But you know, that's the thing about dating. You know, I know for a fact I'm not going to do it, but you know, you never truly know someone. You know, would I form a no, Scat Man? I wouldn't. Why would I Google that for? Nothing will come up. Vince, my throat is hurting after a night of heavy drinking yesterday. Any thoughts on healing? Well, that's what Bloody Mary mix is for, Chad. So pour yourself a Bloody Mary. Or make one. No, Quick Pump. When I was on a keto diet, no carbs whatsoever. That's the rule, you know. You can't, if you're on a keto diet, you can't do carbs. Period. You have to hold that ketogenic state for as long as you can, like 3 or 4 days, and then get some carbohydrates in. I just have a little bit of brandy right now. Meaning, man, once the stream is up, I'm going to make a little bit of dinner. I'm going to probably go and play some pool again. I'm going to go to that new place on Haywood Road. Try to stay away from the city for a little bit. Just play a few games. Is Dwight Howard with a big... Those are still allegations, TJ, but he's already somewhat admitted to it. And here's my thing: there's a lot of closet cases out there, TJ. I mean, there's even one that's a senator that's a complete closet case. But you got to let people come out whenever they decide they want to come out. You can't go and force someone to come out of the closet. Spalding composite basketballs. Okay. You know, I really wish they didn't do this. Sorry, I'm looking at an invoice, but it's spent all the way around. And I hate that. What did I think of the Goldust character? I was watching WCW at the time. I thought it was pretty cool, you know, to be honest with you. Definitely different. But actually, it was more or less like punishment. For some reason or another, Vince McMahon had an issue with Dusty Rhodes, probably because he was his competition over on the other side of NWA Wrestling. So I think, I mean, it's just like when Dusty Rhodes came to the WWF, he was made to wear polka dots and dance around and be son of a plumber. You know, I think he was punished with that gimmick as well. I mean, it's like that company just hates the entire Rhodes family. They're doing the same thing with Cody Rhodes. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. But as far as the character is concerned, I like the Goldust character. I mean, Dustin Rhodes, he took that gimmick and he ran with it. It's sort of like Disco Inferno, you know, that guy, he got stuck with that gimmick and he made it work, you know. That's the way life is sometimes. Well, Quick Pump, it's acting, you know. It's sports entertainment. I didn't hear about that. Let's take a look at Kali Muscle's channel. Looks like it's fixed now. But yeah, there's a lot of scam artists out there. You just got to be real careful. Even if you don't do anything or so, you know, Facebook leaves so many holes open for you to get hacked. It's just ridiculous. Do I like Arabian women with big nose? Where do you get these questions from, Chad? I have dated Arab women, but I mean women and men before. So I have dated both women and men. Nothing crazy or anything like that. But I mean, I always wonder where do you get this stuff from? Arabian women with big noses. Oh boy. You're all right, Chad. You're all right. Scatman, I don't keep up with anything that has to deal with Britney Spears, Taylor Swift, or any other uh, woman like that. You know, I mean that's some James Charles stuff, and I don't keep up with womanly crap like that. I mean, it's just stupid. Yeah, it seems to be that crazy thoughts do run through your mind. That right there was quite obvious. Chad, why would I prank call an Indian scam call center? You know, people that actually do that, they can get it right back from those people. If you get a telemarketing call or something like that, just hang up on the person. You know, do not. There's times in life, Chad, where you just need to disengage from the situation. You know, that's a problem with a lot of people. They get themselves in a situation and they fail to disengage. You know. When you don't disengage in the situation there, you usually end up making it a lot worse. Absolutely not, TJ. That whole incident cost him over $16 million to settle. That was just clearly an accident. Yeah, he lost a ton of money for that. I mean, no one's going to lose close to $20 million off something like that, you know. Because there went you can't sell no tapes or anything with the show on it. And then you got to pay a settlement fee and then some, you know. Do I recommend a hearty meal during a hangover or something light? Probably something light, Chad. But the biggest thing is you want to get that Bloody Mary in. Get that old tomato juice in. Yes, sir, indeed. Get the nice spicy stuff, too. All right, folks, we got 1 hour left. Get your questions in. If y'all want to put any money in the donation pot, you can do that too. Scatman, Bloody Mary has nothing to do with someone's hymen whatsoever. I mean, it's just a drink that was named based upon the color of it when you mixed it together, which was tomato juice and stuff, and they just called it a Bloody Mary. Gold? Let's see. Oh yeah, I still got that up on the, because I don't use this Streamlabs application too much. It still had the same settings as it had before there, Pugman. That's just a box that shows the very last donation that was made to the channel. Papa John's, Domino's, or Domino's, TJ. Papa John's pizzas taste pretty weird. It's got an odd taste. Little Caesars has way too much sodium. But the truth of the matter is, TJ, I don't order pizzas anymore. I just don't have the appetite anymore for them. I mean, just like most of my family, my appetite's decreased a great deal. At least it saves on food, you know. Should I marry a gold digger that dresses up in the 1970s? Sure, why not? Just be sure to have a lot of money. I am curious as to why it even looks like that for, anyway. Oh, it's a scene. Now I get it. Can I give the website links for the cities run? You can always go to, if you want to know the list of all of my websites I own and operate, you can go here. That'll give you a list of all my websites I own and operate. But of course, that's also in the About page as well. It's the Goodrum Group homepage, which I'm actually going to change around pretty soon as well. Because I can't have that page looking like that anymore. It's going to be more of a business setup, actually. We just got to do those things sometimes. But yeah, even that page is going to get changed around. But you want to know something, folks? Change is always good. That it is indeed. No, my websites are unsuspended, but the new sites that I built, Chad, Google's not allowing them on there. And I really don't want to put the money in to remediate the sites, which would be about almost $1,000 to do both. So I'm just going to let it drift for a little bit and see. Advertise it on other outlets, which I needed to do anyway. Oh boy. I can use some coffee. Man, that website I fixed up is looking good. I like this site. Even has a video that plays in it nowadays. Well, looks like they're catching up with that guy. They've descended on his house with the guns drawn, but what are they trying to wait for him to come out? Yeah, I do need a coffee and a smoke actually. But I'll probably have that sometime later because I'm gonna be playing some pool tonight there, Pugman. Because I'm just so tired from work today. It's just been nuts trying to fix everything up. And I'm trying to get everything done before the end of the month, before you know what will take place. Is Big Lenny a homosexual? Well, he's not straight, Chad. He is who he is, Chad. The biggest thing about Big Lenny is he needs to figure out who he is. One thing's for sure, he can't keep doing the same thing that he is doing presently. It's definitely not healthy for him. The only best way I can describe it, Chad, is he participates in some pretty unhealthy behaviors. Well, Chad, Big Lenny streams on a regular basis. You can always find out what's going on with him. I mean, honestly, it's just the usual stuff. Give me just a second, folks. I'll be right back. Got to take a whiz. You know, Chad, you've asked me that about 10 or 20 times, as far as whether I would date Lenny or not. So, and the answer's always been the same. All right, Pug Man. Always good to see you. You know, you always take good care of me. I'm gonna send you an email later on in a few hours. But you take care of yourself. But folks, we got about 50 minutes left. Get your questions in. Again, if y'all want to put a donation in, you can do that. But just sit back and relax with the great one and hang out. Scat Man, you never wear tighty whities. I mean, men should never wear white underwear, you know? Because no matter how clean you are, no matter how hygienic, white underwear is always going to show doo-doo stains. Never wear white underwear. Don't buy it whatsoever. Always buy colored underwear. This is the one time you want to hang with the coloreds, all right? This is the one time you want to hang with the coloreds. Don't hang with the whites. Get the coloreds, all right? What would you do if you saw Chuck Basher naked? I've already seen him naked, Chad. His videos are all on Pornhub. You know, I've seen Frank Tufano naked. I've seen Vegan Gaines naked. And you know what? The same reaction for all of them. Disgust. I was just disgusted with them. You know? I mean, Collie Muscle, he literally jerked off he jerked off on a mirror and nutted on the mirror itself. It is just disgusting. One of these days, I'm going to put that on YouTube. Just for people just to see it. Scatman, if you're wearing whiteys, get rid of them, okay? Just get rid of them. There's no benefit in wearing white underwear anyway. As long as he washed his hands, Scatman. As long as he washed his hands. If he did that, we'd be alright. Any other colored underwear can be seen through those shorts. It doesn't make any difference. If they can be seen through the shorts, then your shorts are too thin of material. Material's too thin if that's the case. Well, there you go, Scatman. I've dated an Asian person before, Chad. I think I mentioned that a couple of months ago. Well, of course he was cute. Yes, I met his family. Nothing to write home about. Have you ever dated an elderly gas station employee before? No. No, I haven't. I've not had that privilege. No one broke up with him, Chad. He just moved to Virginia. He was in robotics engineering and he had graduated. So, bye, you know. Scat man, that's disgusting, man. Don't even bring. Well, we discussed that Tuesday, TJ. I think that Leo got himself killed over possibly sexually assaulting that woman or that call girl, and either one of her family members or her employer went and took care of Leo. I also find it unusual, and I've said this before whenever it happened, that with a very large house that Tony Hughes has in one of the most dangerous countries in the world, that he would not even have any cameras whatsoever. No cameras whatsoever, no film coverage or anything. Does that make any sense, folks? You have a large house, you're in a dangerous part of the country, and you're not even going to have any cameras? Makes no sense at all. Parent Fitness is still around. He's just not on, he's not going to be on YouTube or anything. But I mean, he's still on Instagram and other outlets. But I mean, if you're looking for Parent Fitness, you can find him. You can definitely find him, that's for sure. Exactly, TJ. But even if you could, even if he was the poorest person, he's in Thailand. You're supposed to have cameras. Oh, not this. Who am I voting for? It ain't gonna be Biden. So the problem is that we don't know who's gonna be the Republican nominee or any other nominee. There, Scatman. Just I'm gonna leave it at not Biden. You know. Because like I've already mentioned this before, Scatman, if Trump gets convicted of a felony, he's off the ballot, you know. Even if he gets written in, he can't take office. He's done, you know. If he gets convicted of a felony, he's done, you know. I don't have a boyfriend at this time there, Chad. Even if I did, you know, like I said, I keep my information like that private. I don't put all that stuff out online. What was I like in school? I was a book nerd. That's what I was like in school. I was a book nerd. His name was Nunyon, Chad. Nunyon. Why would you want to go out on a date with me for? Yep, none your business. Did I ever go to a gator farm? No, I've never been to a gator farm before. The only time I have anything to do with a gator is if I need some shoes or so. That's about it. Honestly, I'd like to try to forget about my ex, you know. I hadn't talked to him in years now, so. No, I wouldn't date the Tiger King. I mean, that guy literally abused animals. He fed his tigers garbage. He fed all of his animals expired food from Walmart. He fed them garbage. Why would I date a horrible person like that for? And no, I wouldn't write his ass neither. That guy is he's just a horrible person, you know? He really is. I really don't like people like that. Well, first off, Chad, I wouldn't run any scam like that, but if I was to run away, it would be to Morocco. That's where I would go. I don't have any leather wrist spikes. Morocco doesn't have any extradition thingamajigs here. They don't have any extradition laws with the U.S., so if you were to run to Morocco, you can stay there. The only problem is Morocco is not exactly a great place for gay people, so. But that's where I would go to. Any other country, whether it's the UK, Australia, I'd get sent right back to the U.S. I mean, I could also go to Pakistan or Iran or Cuba. I would probably get thrown out of Cuba. Lord knows, Pakistan and Iran for a gay person? Boy. So Morocco would be probably the safest place. Not exactly safe per se, but at least at least they're not swinging around caveman clubs or anything. I had a studded belt in the late 90s, along with every other black person, you know. That was just the general style of things. That and shiny leather shiny leather pants and leather stuff and everything. That was the Puff Daddy shiny suit era, which thank God is long gone. You know, now that I think about it, it's amazing the type of stuff I used to wear going to clubs back in the late 90s and 2000s. It really is crazy. How long did I date? Like 3 years. We met in downtown Greenville. It was almost 3 years. Yeah. He is not a secret leather daddy. Come on, knock that off. Y'all gotta stop being so mean to each other. You know, that's not cool to say. Come on, man. You got this. Let me recently moved to Washington, D.C. like a couple of months ago. I mean, I would forget about looking up his name because unless you can speak and unless you can write in Chinese, you can forget about that shit. Oh boy. Their reaction was, "Get that nigger out of my house." I'm just joking. They just said they were pretty polite to me. You know, they were quite polite to me. And the great one was pleased. You know, I always get nervous around, speaking with people's parents or so. You know, that's always a nerve-wracking situation, especially since I was like 15 years older than he is. You know, or actually, he's like 24, so I was almost 20 years older than he was. So, fortunately, nothing happened or so. Like in 2019 or so. I don't exactly recall. That's not the way the Chinese culture works there, Scatman. No, I wouldn't do anything like that. I mean, to throw someone in the Everglades would that would make me a gorilla pimp. You know, we just don't do things like that, folks. We don't. Yeah, I think tonight's a good night to play a little bit of pool. What do you think, folks? I think it's a good night to do that. But no one got thrown in the Everglades or anything, so. You people are weird. Oh, he was short. He was like 5'5" or something. Oh boy. Was there ever a piece of training equipment I regret not getting? I think the biggest thing would have been one of Frank Zane's calf's blaster machines. I would have loved to have had one of those. I'm not even sure if he still sells it or not. But I would have loved to have had that in my house. But his leg blaster, I tried it out before, and it was pretty cool. It was compact, and it definitely would build your legs. But let me check his site. Doesn't look like he sells it anymore. He definitely still sells his supplements, at least. No, Dale Chance is white. Quit messing around. You know, I've not been to Frank Zane's website in quite some time. It's kind of odd as far as his supplements are concerned. $90 for amino acid. This stuff is overpriced these days. That's kind of sad because, yeah, they're just overpriced. Frank Zane's got some overpriced supplements. What did Dale place in? Oh boy, let's take a look and see. I don't know if I can find that or not. Well, it's not on. Well, actually, I was able to find it, except the last pictures that are up there are from 2019. So they've not been put up yet, but that was the year he looked pretty bad. I do know he didn't win the show, that's for sure. I think he did place low, but I don't have any details on it. I'm sure Big Lenny will find out. So the next time Big Lenny does a live stream, you can ask him what he placed. Yeah, I know it says 2019. I wouldn't know exactly where else to actually look other than his Instagram. Now, there is a Dale Chance fan club, but it doesn't look like it's been updated in a while. No, it's not even been updated. That guy, I can't confirm anything, you know. I just heard he competed, you know, and then he deactivated his account. What am I supposed? I mean, I'm going to be in the dark just as much as you guys as far as that situation is concerned. You know, maybe I should ask Lenny as far as the. Let me send him a message. Hey, Lenny. He was active a while ago, so we'll see if he answers back by the end of the show. But folks, we got 25 minutes left. Get your questions in. If you want to put any donations in, you definitely can do that too. Well, Chad, I'm streaming from my phone. I can't play any clips or anything. Can't do any reaction videos today, so sorry. That's why this stream looks so clear, is because I'm streaming from my phone. On my computer, I keep it at a lower resolution so that way my video plays correctly. Well, that guy eventually will be able to find out about that whole situation. I mean, it has to come out. I mean, that's not something that can stay hidden forever. No, I would never date Dwight Howard, you know. He's 6'10". He's way too tall, you know. But someone did send me a video of Sam Sulik's brother, and he plays golf, actually. Chad, there's already like 2 or 3 Tinder pages, fake Tinder pages of me. There's also fake Grindr accounts of me. So I mean, you're just only going to make another duplicate. I mean, someone used a fake account in order to hassle Jerry Ward's wife, actually. So there's a lot of fake Vince Goodrum accounts around there, so you guys got to be really careful. Ice Monkey, I've already mentioned, it's all about personalities. I don't look at stupid things like that. Twinks or bears. Just responding to Cuban. Excuse me for a minute. Well, that guy, it doesn't do me any good to report them. They'll just make other ones. That's why I don't ban people from my live streams, because you'll just go and make another one. It's pointless. All right, Psycho. I'll catch you later. If you take a shit, make sure you put it back. Overall thoughts on Dub? He has some mental issues that he needs to take care of. Oh, yes, Richard Roundtree, Shaft. One cool brother, that's for sure. One cool brother. Had a long and prosperous life, you know. I mean, that's entirely your decision, Chad, and I fully respect it, you know. The only thing I could say is you shouldn't let one night make a determination on major decisions such as that. We'll get the soul poll in just a minute there. I'm just waiting on Big Lenny to answer if he knows. It's possible that Dale didn't even compete at all. But somehow I think he did compete. Oh, you're stopping drinking beer? Well, beer doesn't cause a beer belly. If you drink a bunch, you know, you have to remember that all that alcohol, Psycho, converts into sugar. And that's what you got to be careful of, is just the amount of alcohol you're getting. That's why, I mean, but drinking beer in itself doesn't cause a beer gut. It's just all that alcohol converting into sugar. He's on my Instagram list, but no, I'm not going to apologize to him. He knows what he did. Oh boy. Do I have any food allergies? No food allergies. They usually live to be in their 80s and 90s, their quick pump. There have been exceptions, you know. But yeah, most of them live to be in their 80s or 90s. I try not to look at longevity in life, and here's the thing, quick pump. Don't look at longevity in life. Focus more on the quality of your life, you know. That's all that really matters, is the quality of your life and not the longevity. Because the quality of life is something that you can control. Longevity, you can control longevity up to the point to where you're not doing cocaine or methamphetamines or anything like that. But beyond that, you know, you can walk out in the street one day and get hit by a bus, or you can die in a plane crash or something, you know. It's important to just simply control the controllables, and you can certainly control the quality of your life, you know. That's something, quality of your life is something that you have full control over. But usually, yeah, they get to their 80s and 90s, you know. Did you see the latest video I put out? Dale didn't compete and wants to be left alone. So he didn't compete? Okay. I'll check it out there, Jay. Psycho, he shared some of his profit with me. I don't care about the rest of you guys, but he shared some with me. He sent me a few jugs of Fiberize. Is there food you can't stand at all or will never try? Chitlins. I won't eat chitlins. I will not eat pig feet. I also don't eat liver or corn dogs. I really hate corn dogs. But the biggest thing is chitlins and pig feet and other slave foods and stuff. I hate slave foods. No hog jow or anything like that. Would I snort cocaine on stream? If I was to do that there, Chad, I wouldn't have a stream at all. In fact, I wouldn't have a channel at all to begin with. Quick Pump, I'm sure I'll be around for a while, but if not, you know, my content is out there, my information's out there, you know. Like I said, you can control longevity to a point, but if you the problem is that some people try to control it so much that it interferes with the quality of their life, their quick pump, you know. That's why I say focus more on the quality of your life than longevity, you know. Because I'd rather live like a king for 50 years than live like a pauper for 100 years. I don't eat collard greens or cornbread, Scatman, unless I'm invited over someone's house. But it's not something that I cook at my house. Fiberize does work on your digestive system. It's pretty good if you need to take a dump. Well, TJ, some people just wish to be left alone. I mean, if I would just let him be, he'll be back out eventually. Well, of course he does. A lot of black folks glorify slave food, you know. None of this stuff, you know, and a lot of my people claim that it's their culture. No, it ain't. Food is not a fucking culture. Food is not even a culture at all. It's food, you know. Slaves ate that type of food because that's all they had. That's all they could eat, you know? So it's definitely not our culture, you know? They were forced to eat that stuff. Why would I go and eat something that my grandparents was forced to eat? That doesn't make any bit of sense whatsoever. Why would I go and eat something that my forefathers were forced to eat, essentially? It's slave food, you know? And that's when the white master goes and throws out the pig parts and all the scraps and everything that wouldn't even be fit to eat to a dog. They feed their dog better than they fed their slaves, you know? So why would I go and even eat that type of stuff, you know? Ugh. Did I see the Cassidy camp? I've not seen that there, Chad. Not yet. I don't know why someone would cook collard greens in a bathtub for. That doesn't make much sense. You know, you can always cook it on the stove. Oh, I know it's not J Masters. I can always tell from the panel who's who. If the real J Masters was here, he'd be insulting the living crap out of me. Yeah, I would be getting a plethora of insults from J Masters. All right, folks, we got 13 minutes left, and my phone only has 22% charge, even though it's been, I started the stream at 100%, so. Jade. Looks like I will make the 2 hours at least, so. But I definitely will need to charge up my phone before going out. But I got a quick charger. Quick pump, you could have just put it in one sentence. You can type that without it covering it up. Nope, Chad, nope. But what we can do is we can get in Soul Pole. Let's get some music going. That's a good idea. Music is good. I don't watch rugby, Psycho. Have I ever worn whiteface? Absolutely not. That's kind of racist, actually. I mean, it's no more racist than blackface. I'll catch you around, Quick Pump. I mean, we got 10 minutes left. It is 6:50, Psycho. Eastern Standard Time. This used to be the Midnight Run UK, but now it's just a happy hour live stream. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my phone charged up. I'm going to make some chicken and rice, and then I'm going to head out and play a little bit of pool. That's the game plan, folks. Chicken and rice. Had to cut down there, thanks to no donations from you people. I'm just joking. But last month I did spend a lot of money on food, so I am cutting the expenses on that. So, which isn't too bad because a lot of good deals in the store for chicken and beef. Hey, Ben, what's up? You getting in here pretty late. Why are you coming in here late? I'm about to leave in about 10 minutes. Damn you. Yep, and my phone's dying. I'll be able to get through the 7 o'clock, but yeah, I won't be able to stay on any longer. Scatman, I don't know when my next doctor's appointment is. And I'm not telling you when my next doctor's appointment is concerned. You don't need a colonoscopy. Anyway, colonoscopies are not something you do regularly. It's prostate exams. Well, initially I grill it and then I put it in Tupperware and then I just put it in the microwave. I use a special marinade. Marinade costs a little bit more than your normal marinade, but it's definitely worth it. I like the marinade. Hey, Pugman, what's up? No, Scatman. Whenever I take chicken, I marinate it overnight in Basque. It's a European marinade. Then I grill it, and then I put it in Tupperware. And when I'm ready to eat it, that's when I microwave it. Oh, it won't pop on this screen. But yes, I did see the $10 donation. It just popped up. Definitely appreciate it. You always take good care of me. It just popped up just now. But of course, whenever I'm on my phone, Pugman, it's definitely not the same as my computer, and I need to actually change that. I'll get this app worked out next time to where, you know, it shows all the good stuff. But again, thanks for your donation. And I still got to send you something by email. I'll let you know what it is. It may be tomorrow, in fact, possibly, depending on what goes. Ben, I've discussed that on my shows. It's twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. Oh, you're talking about Dodgy Coin? Did something happen to that today? Let's take a look. Yep, I got it right here. Doesn't look like any market stuff here. Oh, you just said doggy. Because of the I got a little mixed because when I saw the eyes in it there, Pugman, I thought you were talking about the cryptocurrency. You could tell where my mind is. Speaking of which, someone actually hit me up wanted me to go in with another cryptocurrency. So a good thing you reminded me of that, Pugman. Folks, when it comes to cryptocurrency at this point in time, stay away from it, okay? A lot of these millionaires are becoming pennynaires. People are losing their buttholes with this cryptocurrency. All of it is most of it is becoming pump and dump schemes. Eventually, it's going to collapse in full. If you want to invest in stocks, bonds, commodities, build your own business and stuff. Invest properly, folks. Don't. When you get into cryptocurrency, you're doing what's called gambling. Period. All right, Psycho. You have a good night. All right, folks, we got 2 minutes left, and I got 14% on my phone. So get your last questions in. Ask now, or you're going to have to wait for the midnight run tomorrow. There's good music there. All right, folks. That is the end of the happy hour live stream. I want to thank Gold. You always take good care of me. Want to thank everyone for hanging out on the show. Remember, folks, tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m. is the midnight run. Come hang out, react to videos, chill with the great one. I'll probably have a glass of Merlot. That's what I'm thinking about tomorrow. That's on my mind. But we will see. But that is it, folks. And as always, peace and soul.